My name is Aaron and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance for the PlayStation 4. When we left off, we beat the game. Seriously. Then we went through the credits, it was the whole spiel. I went through my take on the game and all that stuff. So you might be asking yourself, Aaron, why are you playing this again? Well, apparently after the credits roll, you get an epilogue. And you get to play through it. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to play through the epilogue. I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know when we're going to finish. But when we do, we're going to close this chapter in this series on this channel. It's been quite a ride thus far. Warhorse Studios should be commended and applauded for what they've done here. They've made a medieval simulator, and they've done it really well, and they brought a brand new mechanic when it comes to combat. It needs some polish. Hopefully they take care of the bugs and issues that that I've reported on and many other people have reported on over the months that this has been released. And hopefully the sequel will be have a little more polish to it, and leave the player wanting more. I want to play through this. I want to see how it ends, but I'll probably won't play through it again. It's not like Skyrim where you can play over and over and over again because it's linear. This game is a linear thing. Once you play through it, you know what's up. So I need to talk to my father. That is the the thingy.
So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
Yep.
Yes. I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land. It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
Nope. Oh well, I guess I do.
I'm getting a bit lost in the Luxembourg lineage. It all seems a bit too tangled.
The Luxembourgs have ruled the Empire and Bohemia for almost 100 years.
Oh, they're tying up loose ends here.
This land to prominence. When he was in power, things had never been so good. Wenceslas and Sigismund are his sons, but by different mothers. Jobst and Prokop are their cousins. They were entrusted with governing Moravia. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years, and now Sigismund's fallen out with Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another brother, the youngest, John of Görlitz, who was most probably poisoned.
Ooh.
They seem like a hot-blooded
Plot
lot.
twist.
It's hard to keep up with their affairs, since they tend to change their alliances from one day to the next.
Alright, who's that Jobst?
Who is he really, this Jobst?
The cousin of King Wenceslas. He's the Margrave of Moravia. I admit I don't know what to make of him myself. Until recently, he was allied with the League of Lords. For a time, he even served Rupert of the Palatinate against the king. And now suddenly, he's reversed his position. I don't know what led him to do it, and one can't help being suspicious. It's best to keep a watchful eye on him. But he really is the leader of the resistance against Sigismund these days. We'll just have to see how it all turns out.
I think it's a ploy.
I'm a bit concerned so many people seem to think so little of King Wenceslas. You knew him, didn't you? What's he really like?
Well, there's no straightforward answer to that question. He certainly makes a great hunting and drinking companion, but he can be very fiery and impetuous when things don't go how he'd like them. He never had much of a head for high office. He finds it tiresome. But once a man's grasped the scepter, It's hard to let it go again. You can't just abscond. You've seen for yourself what happens when he disappears for a few months. Better a bad but legitimate king than a bloody war over the throne.
True.
Who is this Prokop that Job spoke of?
Job's brother, the king's cousin. He and Jobst warred over Moravian supremacy for years. Then they were allies for a while, betrayed Wenceslas and sided with Rupert of the Palatinate. But after Sigismund abducted Wenceslas, Prokop fomented a revolt against him, and Sigismund had him captured. Politics. Make of it what you will. I, for one, can't make head or tail of it most of the time.
Glad I'm not the only one.
The League of Lords and that Berghoff we're off to see. Who are they exactly?
The lords of the powerful houses. Heinrich of Rosenberg, Otto of Berghoff, Heinrich of Radetz, and others. They're unhappy with the way their influence declined after Wenceslas surrounded himself with the lesser orders of nobility. They abducted the king years ago and made him bow to their will. They got away with it that time, and now they've joined forces with Sigismund and done it again. But now it seems that Sigismund's behavior is starting to rub them up the wrong way, so they may well be thinking twice. We'll see what Berghoff has to say.
I don't know all that much about Sigismund.
He's the king's younger brother and king of Hungary in his own right. 7 years ago, he led a crusade against the Turks and was defeated at Nicopolis. Some say it was due to the recklessness of the French knights, most of whom were mercilessly slaughtered. Sigismund is ambitious and capable. He might well make a better ruler than Wenceslas, but he's arrogant, and to our misfortune, brutal. Not long ago, he himself was held captive by the Hungarian nobility. They dislike him as much as some of the Czech and German noblemen do his brother Wenceslas. Ironically, Wenceslas joined forces with Jobst to liberate him. And now this is how Sigismund repays his brother. There's no doubt about it. God does move in mysterious ways.
Sure.
Rupert of the Palatinate. That's a name I hadn't heard before today.
Rupert is the Prince Elector of the Palatinate.
What's a Prince Elector?
The Prince Electors are dignitaries of the Holy Roman Empire who have the right to elect the King of the Romans, who would then be crowned Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope. Rupert took the title for himself with the help of 3 other Prince Electors, even though Wenceslas had already been appointed. Some of the nobility in the empire recognized Rupert's claim, but when he went to Rome to be crowned emperor, it turned into a fiasco. Now he's doing his utmost to get Wenceslas to acknowledge him, but so far without success. So, now we have 2 kings of the Romans. Jobst sided with Sigismund for a while, but now he's switched allegiance. He seems to do that quite a lot.
I'm trying to follow this, but it's really damn difficult.
That young man, Sir John of Liechtenstein. Why is he here?
The Liechtensteins are a powerful Austrian family, with estates in Austria and Moravia. Sir John sits on Jobst's council. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna, I suppose it makes sense to have a powerful Austrian house as allies. It could be very useful.
Okay.
That's about all.
Very well. Take the letter from Sir Hanush. And good luck, son.
Alright, where's Anish? That's Dish. I got a trophy called Fatso, whatever that means.
I believe we
Sheila,
have read
welcome
that
to the
well,
stream.
Gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then,
Sheila, how are you, Mr. Aaron? I'm doing quite well.
back and we can discuss how to proceed.
This game's coming to a close. We're running through the
Before
epilogue
you
right now.
leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest.
Life's good with
Why
the family.
did Sigismund
Work.
come as a foe? It makes no sense.
Can't complain,
If
really.
I may, sir.
How are you
I think
doing?
I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country. And the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind
You just did a 10-hour
he
stream?
reacted as he would at home.
Holy cow.
Only what works on the Hungarian
You've been known
nobles does not
for
work here in
for quite a
Bohemia.
while to do these marathon
Bringing
streams.
order is
What
one
what
thing,
game did you
but
play?
slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side.
You're up for the final boss,
It was
Nathan
only when
Ray?
they refused
What
his
game?
ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better.
Ooh.
The Hungarian nobility
I
would gain
contemplated
nothing
playing
from
that.
joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans.
Scale 1 to 10?
What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's
Keep in
why
mind,
he
I am a huge fan of
raided
Vampire the
Kuttenberg
Masquerade.
and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
8.
Then we can
Nice.
be on our way.
That's a solid,
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me? Never, Uncle.
I have to admit,
We'll be
when I
back
first
in a
started
few
playing
days.
this, first time I met that dude, he was a total douche. But he
Come,
ended up
Henry,
actually being
my
pretty
men are
cool.
waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
Okay, so we're going to deliver a letter. Speak with Lord Capon in the courtyard. So, for those that have just joined, this is the epilogue. We went through the main credits of the game last night. Congratulations, you've completed the main storyline. If you like, you can still embark on side quests and activities or just wander the world. You can finish the game anytime by joining Sir Hans Capon's squad. Okay. So, let's go finish the game. Because I really don't care about the side stuff. I have other things to do. Did he just walk through the horse? Where the... I don't get it. What? Oh. I have to go talk to him. Duh. Hey, Hans.
So, can we set off now, Henry?
Yep.
Of course. I can't wait.
So, to horse. The Lord of Berghoff is bound to be waiting us eagerly.
Okay. Go after Capon. Hello, puppy. You might want to move. Well, too bad. Oh, he's alive. Pretty tough horse. Tough dog, rather.
So, how is life as a highborn bastard?
I'm getting used to it.
What about Rudzig? Has he
Anthony, welcome to the stream.
owning up to you the whole time?
She's got 122 views,
All will be well.
and tomorrow
Glad to hear it.
I was too salty.
It's far more acceptable for a nobleman
Okay.
to befriend a noble bastard than a blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord. What do you think about Sir Jobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again, but now it looks a lot more complicated.
Exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. Beggar's belief.
Moo. Oh, where are we going? Moo.
Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a...
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trusting your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't double-crossed him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Back off a little bit.
Sir Hanish can
I was
tell
like
you a thing or
up
two
his
about it.
rear.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lambert, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanish?
Well, he was there with him. Of course, that's not something to brag about in front of Yops.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite there being several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hanish as such a rebel.
So basically what this is doing is just tying up loose ends in the game. Any inquiries you might have had
And
as
have you
to...
heard anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
Any inquiries you might have had while playing through the game. Why was this a certain way? Why was that a certain way?
And that Berghoff we're going to see. Do you know anything about him?
I haven't
The
heard
game's taking
much
care of
good
that for you
about
right
him,
now.
but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him. And his castle is apparently quite impressive. I'll be interested to see for myself.
And what about the League of Lords?
Wealthy, pompous. The king doesn't seem to like them much. He's chosen to let the lesser ranks of the nobility into his circle, men like your father. I admit I don't blame him one bit. But the lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put their foot down. If I were Wenceslas, I'd have let them hang after they abducted me the first time. But he gave them seats at the provincial council? Little wonder they're back in their old tricks.
For some reason I'm trotting faster than he is. He's a good horsey. Had the same horse throughout the entire game. Pebbles. Even though I could have bought or traded for a faster, stronger, or better horse, I stayed true to Pebbles. That's just the kind of person I am. Stay on the road. Nope, you're going this way. Okay. So yeah, apparently we're just we're writing to deliver a letter, and our job is literally just to be an errand boy and just deliver a letter. Not sure if something's gonna happen. Don't really know what's going on. Just enjoying the beautiful vistas, I guess. Hope you are too. This is where the game started, I think. Where we investigated it. Yep, this is it. This is where we investigated the murders of the stables and the people that live there. I don't want to spoil anything for you, so I'll just shut up. But it requires a little bit of detective work. And it was really, really smart the way the developers did it. Made you feel like you actually solved it. And that opened up a whole other ball of wax. And now, here we are. Two noblemen riding through the countryside. Pretty neat, Warhouse Studios. Pretty neat. I imagine this would look breathtaking on a PC. Oh, where are you going? You peeling off? Where are you going? How am I faster than you? Hey, who does your hair? Give me the name of the barber. And where's your helmet? Friends don't let friends ride horses without helmets. Especially all that horsepower. Yes, it was a dumb joke. I regret nothing. Oh. Don't know what just happened. Okay, Hans.
How about it, Henry? Can we go? Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Of course. At last I'll get to see more of the country and have a bit of an outing.
Quite.
Okay. Trophy earned, the end.
Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that horseman who murdered my parents, get the sword back from him, and skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I have a feeling you'll get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming. Forward, men! Audentes fortuna jubas!
Now, hopefully that means that we're going to be having a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 very soon. Because I'm interested to see where this goes. Okay. I gave my spiel during the credit roll in the last stream. If you want to go see how I felt about the game, go ahead and take a look at that. But, yeah, that's Kingdom Come Deliverance. Hope you all enjoyed it. I know I did. And I'm looking forward to more adventures with Henry and Warhorse Studios. So, tomorrow is Gmod. Tuesday is Arma. Wednesday is Super Meat Boy. Thursday is Overwatch, of course. I need to climb out of silver. Friday is Bloodborne. And the next Saturday and Sunday are going to be something new. Yay! So until then, play hard. And I hope you have a lovely evening.